Welcome to Quick Stop F1. My name is Nyasha. You could have been. You're a liar. Welcome to Quick Stop F1. My name is Nyasha. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us. We appreciate that. Joining me as ever is someone. Huh? 10 toes down. Don't piss me off. We're not fucking about. She don't bend. She don't fold. In the heat of battle, she don't miss. Huh? Don't ever disrespect this woman in your life again. You can spend your time doing all the weird shit you want, but you know what? She's still here. She's still strong. And she's here. Welcome back. As I said, as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, it's the one, it's the only. Welcome to the show, Thandie Sabanda. Extra long. You see, that applause was like you're the cousin that came in the show. You know, the guest appearance on Fresh Prince. Like, I didn't know anyone called me. How's it been? How's the last couple of weeks been for you, mate?
Fantastic. They edited my face onto a chimpanzee. It was great. It was fantastic.
It's not.
It's not funny, but it is kind of funny because you lot don't scare me.
Yeah.
You man don't scare me.
We're not scared of you. Number one. Okay. So, and the thing is, you know what's hilarious? Right? All you little guys in Spain or Spanish-speaking countries, wherever the fuck you are, making all these videos in Spanish on everything we say. I want you to clip this up, okay? Suck my dick. And you know what? The best thing about that is I can't even understand what you're saying about us anyway, you pricks.
Exactly. Don't know what's going on. Me no hombre, no inglés.
Mi no hable inglés. No hablo español. Okay? Padre.
What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive.
I saw things that I don't even think
Bro, they were sending me pictures of feces, guys. People's feces were being sent to my inbox. But I'm not scared of you people. You little teenage boys behind cameras speaking Spanish or whatever language y'all were speaking, right? Okay?
See, bro. Like,
honestly.
Outside, respectfully. And just like, talk to women.
Grass.
Touch grass. Live your life. Mm-hmm. Like, Fernando Alonso doesn't even rate you. Okay?
He doesn't know you exist.
Doesn't even know you exist. You know, and no one else. You had your little moment in the sun last week, you know.
I'm so glad you gained followers from doing a whole week's of live stream, just going through my YouTube and my Instagram. Every single screenshot that you posted where you tried to make me look ugly, it didn't work. I'm still cute.
It didn't work. You know what, yeah? Real talk. Show us your mum right now. I'll give you 20 In fact, I'll give you 20 euros in your own dinero. Okay?
Dinero.
But anyway, look, thank you. I'll say this. I know, Thandie, you don't want to talk about it too much, but thank you to everyone who has shown support to us, but especially to Thandie. It's been really nice seeing the authentic support that we've got. It's been interesting seeing some of the other support that we've got as well. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the show. To half of the F1 world. Now you see us. Interesting. But I just want to say no, thank you to the supporters. You know, I think we want to thank you guys more than, you know, I want to thank the influencers and the what I will say actually. What I will say actually is racism attracted, you know, the racism support attracted some incredible leche onto the Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't. It's sort of.
It did.
So I was like, wow. You know what? I didn't even really look at like,
Some of these
Instagram.
American babes, man, you man are gorgeous. My God.
Like, oh,
Beautiful, beautiful.
I was like, maybe I need to. What was that? I like at Alonso Miss. I was like, maybe we just set this up on like a quarterly basis or something. Like, let's just get like a little joy to set it up and just get this. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But no, thank you for the support, guys. And obviously, look, if you're watching, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and all of them things there. You know how it goes. I was gonna say Australian Grand Prix, Austin Grand Prix. Home with some very fond memories for us. Can you believe it's been 2 years since we were in Austin? No,
God, I love that place. I love Austin. That's like the best racetrack. That's real racing. The Americans are about it, innit? Wide tracks, real fucking racing, bro. No, this freaking European shit.
Racing, bro.
Yeah, man. Are you surprised that we've been all caged in for the past few weeks, and then now we get an open space and we're actually allowed to actually fucking go ahead and do it?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think what I like about Austin, it's an incredible track. I think, not to be that kind of person because I hate these kind of people, but it's like the camera doesn't do it justice for like how steep that first corner is.
Oh my God,
yeah. First corner, like how steep that is. And then when they're going down and they're going through those S's, how amazing the cars look, like, skidding on the ground, and the changes,
that's why you've got the helicopter out in it, because you can literally kind of just get the bird's eye view from it. Shout out the helicopter, because last time we were there, the firework nearly took it out.
Firework nearly took it out on the starting grid. Yeah, I thought we were on the start finish line. I was like, is this helicopter going to crash into us? Like after it falls down, like, I genuinely was.
I think that would have been a beautiful way to go.
For that guy or for us? For us, I think if we'd ended there, it would have been immortalized in like F1 history forever.
Do you know what I mean? Like all them influence, everybody would have been. That's the real respect we would have received.
Mate, imagine the lecture that would have come out in the RIP post spray. Unbelievable. Pretty little young thing. I'm just, see, can't even joke anymore. Can't even joke about my own demise anymore. Fucking hell. Gone. Game's gone.
I started the conversation about us passing in that thank you very much.
But then if I carry on the joke, don't look at me like I'm...
You started bringing in Lecce and RIP posts.
Anyway. That's where my mind went to. But yeah, no, I think Austin, great place, great circuit. Right, there is a very where do you want to start? There's a very strong possibility that Max Verstappen is going to win a 5th title in a row. In fact, at this point, the way that the momentum is swinging, and with the events that happened this weekend, it almost actually feels like an inevitability. Am I overreacting, Thandie, or is this something that, I guess, in your eyes, are we looking at what could be one of the greatest comebacks of all time, or maybe the greatest fumbles of all time?
Oh, fumble's mean, eh? But it is a fumble. No, you're not overreacting. I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago or 3 races ago when I had actually said that I think Max Verstappen could take it, and you'd looked at the points and you were like, 150? No. I think we were 250 points behind.
No, it was like, I think I do remember this. I think it was after Singapore. It was our first one back, and it's like 65. It was 60.
Yeah, something like that.
And 6 races left, and it was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
If it could.
Yeah.
You said it was possible for sure.
I actually said to someone who I was messaging in my Instagram DMs that if Max was to get this is probably the most deserving he's ever had it, to be fair. I am completely behind Max if he grabs it and takes it by the balls, because You leave the gap open, someone's going to come in and take it. You leave the door in, a draft's going to come in. And Max is definitely like the boogeyman. He's the boogeyman. He's going to creep right in and he's going to come and give you night terrors. He's going to violate you on every single turn and he's just going to take it. So if he does take it, which I believe, which I am completely backing him at the moment, he deserves it. I think there's been so many mistakes from McLaren within themselves that they could have rectified ages ago to then have not left that gap open for Max. But as it looks now, it only looks like the only person who can kind of take on Max is Lando Norris. And I don't really believe that Lando Norris has it in him to take on Max ever. Like, it's been proven so many times that he does not have it in him to do that. So kudos to Max if he takes it. I'm completely behind you, brother.
Wow, there you go. There you go. Max Verstappen's got the Thandie quick stop seal of approval. This time 3 years ago, she was calling him the C word. And now we are.
I mean, I completely back everything that I said. Like, don't ever.
Look, we meant it.
Completely back what he said. Like, I meant that shit, but like, we're racing here. We're talking about fucking real racing. And if a team isn't competent and is just happy with just always having the constructors champion but not actually being real fucking racers and actually putting it together to actually have a strategy that works for both teammates, then someone is going to come in. And Max Verstappen isn't someone you should leave the gap open to. So
no.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's interesting hearing you talk just then. You were saying, you know, unfortunately, Lando's the only one who can take it to Max Verstappen at the moment. But, you know, but we've probably spent the better part of 2 years now, I guess, saying that Lando Norris doesn't have that dog in him. And in fact, it's Oscar Piastri who, you know, was dog walking Lando Norris, and he had that dog in him. And I guess we've seen over the last 3 weeks what's gone from, Oscar's made a mistake, but, you know, it's a rare mistake, to, okay, he's had a really bad weekend in Baku, and he's had a bad weekend in Singapore. You know, are we seeing, I guess, you know, because I just want to talk about this sprint race, right? And the incident where they've collected each other. And Oscar Piastri was at fault for that in a big way. I think I think that was a careless move to do, and it was always going to end up in him getting some kind of contact and jeopardizing his race. What are we seeing from Oscar Piastri at the moment that is, like, why is it that, is this just the pressure of trying to win a Formula One World Championship, and maybe we underestimate the type of pressure that comes with winning your first Formula One World Championship? Look, we saw Max Verstappen towards the end of 2021. Some of the things that he started to do were even more insane than normal because of the pressure of trying to keep Lewis Hamilton behind him, even though he had a healthy lead. We've seen, you know, you could even argue that some of the things Lewis did in 2007 and McLaren, who knows? But I'm just saying, in your first title fight, just to keep some balance, you know, in your first title fight, mistakes will be made and so forth. Where is this the real Oscar Piastri? What has happened to the old Oscar Piastri? Because I think, like, as much as the Max Verstappen resurgence has been good, I think what's been equally as disturbing is just how much Oscar Piastri has fallen off.
I think, that is the word for it, like, quite disturbing, quite concerning. Like, is he okay? I think there's a number of factors in that. I don't think it's as obtuse as we think, or straightforward as we think it is. I think it's team orders. I think it's race strategy. And I think it's also his responsibility as a driver to not make so many mistakes that he's done in the past 2 races. I kind of feel sorry for Oscar, because even though I have been, like, really, you know, as I said, like, I started off very pro Lando Norris this year, but I really saw a glimmer of hope in Oscar Piastri himself, and And so it's a hard watch basically. I mean, I know you lost your phone this weekend, but I did text you on Saturday, and I was
I
like,
just saw it now. Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah, when I got
maybe he
the
just
laptop.
doesn't want it. Yeah, maybe he just doesn't want it. You know. Um.
But look,
No.
this is where we talk about generational drivers and why sometimes it's too quick to put the label of generational drivers onto people, because yes, they may be doing very well and yes, they may be surpassing expectations, but a generational driver at this point in the season would be seeing out this championship with relative ease. Now, the car is not as quick relatively to the Red Bull as it was before. Let's make no mistake, the Red Bull is now the faster car.
100 times quicker.
Or, but it's definitely not as slow as it was. And I think that's because Max Verstappen is now more in tune with it and they're finally able to extract what I think was pace that was always there. But they're maximizing every opportunity and so forth. But Oscar Piastri, all he really needed to do was be finishing second, and then, it'll still be fine. But the problem is, he's not even finishing second. He's finishing third. He's finishing fourth. He's crashing out the race. He's like, there's all of these things where this is not what a generational driver does. And again, it's okay not being a generational driver. I think he's done extremely well. I still think, in my mind, this is the first bit of bad form we've seen Oscar go through. And I think the type of driver that he is, I think we're going to see how he can arrest this bad form. Does he turn it around in Mexico next week? Or does he continue? Does it get on top of him? And I think that's where we're going to see, is it really truly a great strength of his mental strength? Or is it easy to look like you know what you're doing and everything is mental strength heaven when results are going your way and things are going great? When things are going bad, how is your mental health and your mental strength, sorry? And I think that's what I feel like Lando's had to come through a big period of that this season. And now we're seeing him at least, pick up points and come second to Verstappen and at least close the gap on Oscar the same way, Max is closing the gap on both of them. I think it'll be interesting to see.
You know what Oscar needs to do, right? He needs to go back to his shrine, the shrine that he has in his cupboard. Light some incense.
Yeah.
Just shake some stones. If anything, he's got Mexico next week, right? Got Mexico next week. Yeah. Mexican judge is pretty. It's pretty, unfathomable,
Yeah. Them things there.
Well,
I mean.
What? What do you mean?
I mean, yes. No, don't carry on doing that. I mean, stop. But yes.
But that's what I imagine like a witch doctor would do.
Look, them man that are going around with the skeletons, and it's the dead around that time.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking that. You see, this is where you took it. I was thinking of a witch doctor.
That's what it's.
Yeah, but I wasn't.
I'm trying to back you up doing the. Like if someone said, "Oh, we're going to South Africa. It's quite ancestral there." They've got the.
No, right. This is right. So, guys, imagine.
That would be mad. You can't say that.
I mean, you guys know what I meant, okay? I'm so tired of being semi-cancelled for being a visual learner, okay? I'm a visual learner.
Good stuff. Anyway, he needs to go to Mexico. Realign his chakras.
He needs to realign his chakras. So when I was in Texas, right? Texas has a massive Mexican Hispanic community, right? And I would always go to fantastic tacos, even though you're eating the 7-Eleven ones. Anyway, And I was going to this shop called El Rancho, right? And I was buying the like £1.50, $1.50 candles.
Okay.
And they'd have like the Virgin Mary on,
Virgin Mary. Oh, okay, yeah.
and they'd have like like beautiful like pictures on them, and they're like rose scented, and you light them, and they have like little prayers. That's where he needs to go.
Yeah.
You know, that's where he needs to go. So that, when I said, that's what I kind of meant, right? Visual learner, right?
No,
He needs to do all that and light some incense, really get into it. You know how Lewis Hamilton always had the Brazilian prayer warriors?
Yeah, for sure.
And we'd have the prayer circles.
Yeah.
And we always believed that the Brazilian fans used to give us that little bit of boost.
That little, yeah, look,
That spiritual.
that really helped us.
Look, man, like,
Look,
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, look, maybe, I for sure, look, and it feels like he needs divine intervention because the way it's going is,
But it's like,
it's a lot.
it's like divine intervention versus the supernatural. And the supernatural is Max Verstappen. Like, Max Verstappen feels so alien at times. He feels so out of this world at times. The car feels like a cyber rocket thing that's been
He's
built
like
in, like,
He's like a cyborg, isn't he? And it's like,
yeah.
half man, half machine, no emotion. Go out there, do my job, come out of the race car, go drive more cars, do that. Like, come out of that car, go drive a sim, come out of that car, go to the official sim. Like, all he does, all he thinks about is drive.
Compete in something other than Formula One.
Compete.
Absolutely do amazing there.
Like, doing like, and look, again, I just want to say, I know there's a cool part of our listeners who are like listening to this and whatever. Look, I want to make it very clear. As a person, I don't think I align with Max Verstappen and his ideals and politics. I don't align with fucking 90% of the grid in that fact, if I'm going to be honest. Definitely, look, the stuff that we received from the Alonso fans this week, the prelude to that was the Orange Army for 3 years, okay? So if anyone has any reason to hate on Verstappen and his fan base, trust me, it's us. We fucking hate them guys, respectfully. But sometimes you might not
Look, keep the fan base. No, wait.
I don't hate.
Hold your horses.
I don't hate all Verstappen fans. I hate the Verstappen fans that come onto our page and say racist shit and all of that stuff. Obviously, the normal Verstappen fans, of which if you are not that, then don't be offended. That doesn't include you.
God, why?
However,
Like, I just feel like, why are we on here? Like, we're now just like we're apologizing to everyone. Why are we apologizing?
for shit. I'm not, like, this is the thing. I'm not, people be like, why'd you mention it then? It happened to me. I'm on my own podcast. I'm allowed to mention it. Anyway, I'm trying to say, as much as I maybe don't like Verstappen, as much as maybe I don't like some of his fan base, I have to respect what he's doing this season. I don't respect
100%.
what he did in 21. I half respect 22. I half respect 23 because of all the, whatever that was going on around there, right? And that's my opinion. However, what I do respect at the moment is the consistency with which he has, for a bunch of people that were saying this title fight was boring, injected some much needed jeopardy and outside influence outside of McLaren into this title fight. And I'm going to have to appreciate that. And we're going to have to talk about it. So I'm sorry if you don't like that. But please don't write condescending comments to me about it on the YouTube, because I cannot sugarcoat it anymore. I can't lie to you guys. We can't say like, it's only there because of, like, there's a conspiracy to have him win it. Like, that's not what's happening this season. Unfortunately, McLaren are rubbish. And, like, McLaren, despite everything going their way, have somehow contrived to make their fastest driver lose confidence and not have the ability to perform to the best of his ability. They've got their star boy who's not good enough to win the title or not good enough to beat Max, trundling home in second, 10, 15 seconds off the pace, like whatever, fine, struggling to get past Charles Leclerc in a shitty Ferrari. And, you know, fine, they've won the constructors, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They've done it. And like everything else to them, I just don't think they give a fuck. Anyway, I said what I said. We're hurt. I think what you guys need to realise is we're hurt. Okay. It's been a tough fucking week. It's been a tough couple of weeks for both of us. And we need you guys to just let us do our job, man. Just let us talk about it. Just listen. And I'm sorry. You know what? I just feel like hurt people. I just let it go at you guys.
I just watched you like, who do you not think you are? Giving Nicki Minaj Twitter rants. It's giving.
He really, really, really was. Rock Nation!
Rock Nation!
Feeding these trolls!
Jay-Z, take off that lace front! But
It's just like,
on a positive note, though.
I just want people to be nice to us.
On a positive note, though.
Yeah. On a positive note.
George Russell.
What about him?
got his contract.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess there were other things we were going to talk about, but yeah, okay, we could shift that into second place. George Russell got his contract.
I'm happy.
Congratulations, George. Well done to you. Always going to happen.
I think George might be my third fave on the grid
Who's your second?
at the moment. No, fourth. Sorry, fourth.
Who's your second and third?
Second.
Yeah.
Isaac Hadjo, Yuki Tsunoda. Duh.
I feel like Yuki's. I think I'm bumping Yuki from top 3. I'm not gonna lie.
I am gonna stay by Yuki because it does not matter what Yuki Tsunoda does. Like, if I just see like a clip of Yuki just existing,
Yeah.
I was just like, you perfect little thing. I simply love you.
Yeah. No.
Yuki reminds me of me. Yuki reminds me a lot of me.
Why does he remind you of you?
He's cute.
Yeah. What a vapid lady this girl is. Fucking hell.
He's cute.
He's cute. And you know what?
Oh, I love him.
You are cute. You are cute. Don't let the haters say otherwise, okay? You are.
Man, they were screenshotting pictures of me, guys. They were like freeze framing pictures of me, like half talking. And you guys know I'm such a emotive talker.
Yeah.
Like, I use my eyes. I'm very, I've got a lot of strong features. Like, just then, like,
Yeah.
But it didn't work because I'm so cute. But I did see a video of Yuki like jumping over the gate to get into the
Paddle.
the paddock,
Yeah.
which he does quite a lot actually. And I just thought, you menace, you little menace.
You're such a
You're doing nothing, but you're such a menace.
No, fair play. George Russell, quickly.
Mhm.
I guess George Russell contract confirmed. They say it's 1 year. Okay, let's say. Do you think
They say it's what?
Some say it's 1 year. Some say it's 1 + 1. Some say it's 2 years. No one really knows the details of it. Essentially, everyone's saying that Mercedes are keeping their options open in case Max Verstappen becomes free next season. Do you think there's a situation where Mercedes win the title next year with George Russell, but still pursue Max Verstappen to replace him?
That's a very dark thought. Very unfair thought.
That's what they say.
That is very evil.
That's Toto Wolff for you, mate. He kicked out Lewis for Kimi,
That
and he
is
spent a whole summer I spent like 3/4 of this year trying to kick out George for Max.
No, it's so bad.
Couldn't do it. And then.
But you know what? When you love someone, you love someone. When you love who you love,
Yeah.
who's gonna stop you?
Who's gonna stop
Not
you?
even your wife. Not even
well-
your main driver.
Those two American TV presenters,
They're engaged.
they're engaged now.
Mm-hmm.
So
The love wins. See?
love wins always. Love wins
Mhm.
always.
Who cares if? Let me know.
Maybe, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not. Oh. Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Good weekend. Okay, let's just start off. Really good weekend. Okay. Good weekend. They did some. Apparently, they were doing a bunch of testing in the sprint race. That seems to have helped. And in the main race, they have managed to secure third and fourth. I've seen some stuff online. I'm tired of the infighting, guys. I'm sorry this is more of an upbeat. Some of you must be on your live probably listening to this now. These two are depressed as fuck. But
I'm not. I ain't never scared.
but there's too much infighting between Leclerc fans and Hamilton fans. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, guys. Can we stop? Can we stop fighting? Okay. Good stuff. Hold on. What were we talking about? Oh yeah. Too much infighting. So I don't care about. I think I'm happy for Lewis. I think this was a really strong race from Lewis. I think the only thing that I was a bit pissed off about with Ferrari was, those two fighting for a lap. I think they could have brought Charles Leclerc in like a lap before. There was no need for them to fight. But I think it's good that they did call him into the pits, so they didn't have lap after lap of them fighting. And it's a shame also that, Charles Leclerc, not a shame, but I think it's good. Charles Leclerc had an alternate strategy. And that's what eventually, I think, landed him. Yeah, he had a better strategy than Lewis in the end because those soft tyres, he had to do lift and coast on those tyres for most of the race. So I guess, yeah, I mean, good direction from Ferrari this weekend. I think from the outside looking in, as much as, I think when you are loud about how bad things are, I think, you have to praise how good things are when they improve. I'm not saying what we're looking at is perfect, but what we saw this weekend was encouraging.
Certainly encouraging, Nyasha. I particularly enjoyed the clips of Lewis Hamilton on that horse. Whoa. That shit
Explain
did
it
stuff
to me.
for me.
Could you explain it to me? Obviously, like I used to see him on a horse, right? And I get it, but because I've not seen a timeline like that since. I'm trying to think the last time I saw levels of thirst about Lewis like that. Not since, what it was equal to? It was like them times where he used to adjust himself before he got in the car. Like, them
We used to
videos.
make edits of it.
Mate, we built an empire off that shit. Are you not on this podcast right now? Don't piss me.
Then we built an empire off that shit. That's too funny. Facts, we did. We did. So, if you are wondering what it was, right?
Yeah, describe it to us.
So, obviously, me and Nyasha have been slating the Lewis Hamilton match. What's it called, sorry?
Plus 44.
Plus 44, that's it. Plus 44. We've been slating it, right? So he kind of took on the new match was very like, think Beyonce Cowboy Carter meets Rude, is it? Is that what it's called? R-H-U-D-E? Rude.
Yeah.
Blankets, rodeo. The backstory to this all is Lewis Hamilton's actually allergic to horses,
Look,
and he tells this story about how when he was young in the streets, in the ghettos of Hertfordshire, when he'd walk home, he would...
Hey,
in the ghettos of Hertfordshire.
respect Hertfordshire. Okay.
Right.
Piss me
In the
off.
ghettos of Hertfordshire, he
wait.
would walk home. Nyasha's from Hertfordshire, by the way, guys.
Stand up and
Anyone to know, Nyasha's a Hertfordshire boy, right?
just stand up.
Okay. What? Even gunshots in the conversation of Hertfordshire is insane. Right. Anyway. So Lewis Hamilton used to walk home as a young boy and he'd always see this lovely horse. As we know, Lewis absolutely loves animals. Like, he is very, we are the world.
We are the children.
We are the children. Anyway, and he'd stroke this horse, and then on his way home, he'd like lose. Poor kid, you should just like get like an allergic reaction, you know, and then that's how he discovered he was allergic to horses. But now, lo and behold, our baby boy, whose heart is just so broken from the loss of his dog, and he's just so open to still giving us a fantastic race and fantastic match, comes on now, and he's on a horse. He's like stroking the horse. He's talking. He's like, oh, she. He calls her a she. Yeah, he's like, she's so beautiful.
Fucking.
And it's like soft porn core, guys. Like, it's guys.
So you're walking about,
If you're like 18,
bro.
stop listening now. But it's like Lewis Hamilton's talking you through it, basically. And like, he's on this horse and he's riding it. Horses in the stable. Ride. And it's like, this ain't Texas. And it's like, we're like selling out all these like blankets with Lewis Hamilton on it. And he's just like so hot, bro. Like, my God. Black men. God. Ugh. Thank you. Fucking beautiful. Oh my God. Guys, if you haven't seen it, go look at it, man. Like, oh my God. Who knew Lewis Hamilton would be could be like a cowboy? Like, I never found cowboys attractive until Lewis Hamilton was on a horse.
Right.
Like, I have nothing nice to say about him riding that horse.
Yeah.
Anyway,
shout out to everyone who bought the plus 44 who managed to get it. Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, I've seen the levels of thirst I saw were insane. Like, the timeline was going fucking
black men, guys. Oh my days. Shout out all the black men. My God. Beautiful, beautiful creatures, man. Shout out you, man. Black cowboys?
Black cowboys, they're about.
Man, I fucking love Texas.
She's such a like wannabe American. It's so pathetic. And they love me hard. They love me hard.
Bro, they love me hard.
Brexit means
Love me
Brexit.
hard.
The fuck is wrong?
Love me hard. Like, I don't give a fuck. They love me hard.
They love Endo. Oh, my safety is off. That just went up. Jeez.
Horses in the stable. Alright. With them fans.
Good stuff. No, look, I'm glad. Look, if you enjoyed the Lewis Hamilton match drop as much as we all did, then make some comments below. Yeah, what else happened this race? Okay, let's just get into it. Star of the day. All weekend there was a spin. It's disco.
Star of the day. Max Verstappen.
There you go. It's tough. It's tough to argue against it, isn't it? I think
You can't argue against it, Nyasha.
it's just
Unfortunately, you
tough.
actually can't.
It's tough.
If you think about the real reason why we watch Formula One, let go of anything of being part of a team, let go of anything of being part of a driver's kind of, fan base. It all comes down to the point that you want to watch real racing. You want to watch a good strategy. You want to watch someone who gives you a good lap. You want to watch someone who gives a good sprint race. And that is what Max does when he comes on the track. Like, bottom line, right?
Yeah.
You want to see someone who goes and tries every single time to actually achieve a championship. And there's people on that grid who are comfortable in a position that they always take every single week. And I think, that's fine, but you should also want to strive for better. We never thought in July that Max was going to be in the position that he's going to be. Obviously, if you're probably Team Max, you're used to this, right? So you can't fault me for just wanting to see a real race.
No, I think that's a good point. Look, again, like we said, it is what it is. I think, I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing with, look, as a Lewis Hamilton fan, let's say I'm encouraged that what I'm seeing is, a driver that's getting used to the car and on occasion being shown if the Ferrari is good enough, I feel like there's enough potential there to do it. That'd be great. It'd be awesome to be able to speak about Lewis and Charles and Ferrari in the position of where Red Bull and Max are, but unfortunately, they're not. And the person who is in that position,
Lewis Hamilton hasn't had a podium this year.
It's bad. But, there's encouraging signs and that's it. And I
that was such a PR response. You should be more upset.
What's your thoughts on Lewis Hamilton's season? Thandie? Thoughts of Thandie?
Lewis Hamilton came on camera and said, I am washed. Maybe I'm washed. So if I was to say...
A couple of times.
A couple of times, right?
A couple of times, yeah.
And washed doesn't... There's now a new meaning to washed, okay?
Yeah.
Washed doesn't necessarily mean...
It's not as dramatic as it once was.
It's not as dramatic as it once was. You can be washed in the sense that you aren't as relevant, but you can be like on a Brandy and Monica and still have a tour in the US every single time and people are still going to turn up, right?
Yeah.
You're a classic. You're a legend.
Yeah.
But you're not driven all the time. It's like having a classic car. Say you have a Vespa in the garage, right? You're a classic,
A little fucking...
right? But you're not going to be driven all the time. However, when you're seen on the road, there's a level of respect for you because your paint's still shining. You've been in the garage all the time, but there's a level of respect of who you are, what your relevance is, and what you did for a certain genre, certain time, right? And there's a certain wash that you can become in Formula One that still gives you respect, but doesn't always put you on a podium. People like Fernando Alonso. People like Sebastian Vettel, when he was still there.
Yeah.
Remember when Vettel was doing really bad and we were like, oh, now it's time to leave, but we had a level of respect for him. There's still a level of respect for him. Lewis Hamilton.
You're saying it's
Listen. No, I'm not saying it's that level, but I'm just trying to give you an example, right?
I'm just making...
Because Lewis Hamilton is in a completely different level. Like, even though he might be so-called washed or he might not have had any other podiums, he's still the highest in the points ever, right? No one else has ever done that.
Yeah.
So he's in his own category, right? So maybe he has created his own category of what the definition of washed is. And that's why we can say that maybe the word washed has met the 2025 Gen Z lingo, and it's now become something completely different. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm talking about. That makes sense.
This is an interesting conversation. So, do I think that over the course of a season, if Lewis Hamilton is given a car capable of fighting for a world championship, do I think he will win races and so forth? Yes.
Yes.
Still, 100%. I don't think you. I think it's hard to have conversations about F1 with people because sometimes I think that some people follow F1 and they don't watch other sports. And maybe Lewis is like the first sportsman that they've ever watched.
Are you talking about me?
No, not at all. You are into all kinds of sports. You know about football.
No, I thought you were.
were.
I thought he was like sneak dissing me, and I was like, okay.
No,
it's okay.
I don't think this should become direct. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But so sometimes you try and talk about Lewis Hamilton, the athlete, to people, and some of the things that I see, I don't think are surprising in that I don't think his qualifying pace is as good as it used to be when he was younger. And I'm not surprised at that because he's 40 years old. The adaptation to a new car, maybe that will take a bit longer. Why? Because old dogs find it hard to learn new tricks, and he had the same kind of environment for a long time. To me, it wasn't a big surprise that he took as long as he did to adapt to the car. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to say that Lewis is not once the driver he was, but I still think the driver he is now is better than 99%.
Yeah.
And that's my kind of analysis of it, is that it's tough sometimes to watch Lewis. And this isn't even necessarily regarding this weekend, because I think this weekend was a good weekend. I think, the strategy he was on, unfortunately, he was never really going to be able to catch Charles. I think the information he was getting, I honestly don't think Ferrari I think by the time Ferrari catch up to the level of professionalism that Lewis has, I think it might be too late in terms of potentially putting him in a position to win championships. Because there was things this weekend where Adami wasn't telling him, crucial information about undercut and pace, and obviously telling him to lift and coast quite early. They need to sort that out. But I think we saw with the way that he would have got past Leclerc, after that, if Leclerc didn't pit. Obviously there was a tyre deficit. If on any other day, that strategy should have actually been the better strategy. But for some reason, because these cars can't overtake, because it was so hot, the soft tyre was just wasn't a good race tyre. Anyway, I say all this to say that the no podium this season is a reflection on the car.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning, I think Charles got, I think he's had 6 podiums this year. A lot of them came in the first part of the season. I think Charles did really well with a car that he was more used to, and therefore did well in that. And I think there was a period of adaptation for Lewis, which he kind of had to get through. And then, I look at this weekend, again, any other kind of day, circumstance, I think Lewis, that strategy would have enabled him to be able to cruise up to Charles Leclerc and essentially, and pass him and overtake him again. That didn't happen. And the Ferrari itself is just not a great race car, but I think we'll see. I think there will be a podium this season. I can imagine potentially Las Vegas. It feels like somewhere. You can look at a track. Let's see how they are around Brazil. Again, depending on the weather. But I still think there will be a podium. I think it's disappointing that there is no podium, but also I don't really care about podiums. Like, it's nice. Second and third place is nice. But we're here to win races. We're here to win championships. And I'd be more pissed off if Charles Leclerc was in the position Max Verstappen is now and Lewis hadn't got any podiums. I don't really care that Lewis is losing the head-to-head war in his first year in a car, which is going to get discarded, which is one of the worst Ferrari cars in modern history in terms of like the last few seasons. Charles hasn't won a race. It's only been one pole position. Lewis has won a sprint race. There's a sprint pole as well. So, I think whilst there's been no main race podiums, there has been bright spots. But I say all this to say, next season is the one, to be honest. And if the car is a title-winning car in Charles Leclerc's hand, and it's not a title-winning car in Lewis Hamilton's hand, then I think I'll start to look at, is this guy still the same level of guy that I think he is? At this point in time, they're pretty equal at the moment, and the car's dog shit. So they need to make the car better before I start really caring about Leclerc getting podiums and Lewis not getting podiums. Like, have those podiums, have at it. Leclerc has like 8 race wins. He's 27. He deserves so much more, right? Lewis is a 7-time world champion. They pay £40 million a year for him. He deserves so much more. They both deserve more. The common enemy is the fucking team. It's not the other driver.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess,
Yeah.
that's well, I'll end on that. I guess I'm the one.
And give yourself a round of applause.
So, I don't know. Weird podcasts. Just.
You does.
What are
You're good.
What I would say is, start of the day, actually, I mentioned him earlier, but I will say it's probably Yuki Tsunoda's best weekend for a while. 2 7th places. Huh?
Nah?
That's That's progress. That's progress for Yuki.
Yuki.
Oh, shit. Do you want to dunk on Carlos Sainz?
You can.
Carlos Sainz, not for the first time at the scene of the crime, got a bit carried away with his overtaking move around in that corner and took out Kimi Antonelli. You get my donkey of the day. Now, I just want to say that this Donkey of the Day award has been a feature of this podcast for 4 years. Every driver on the grid at some point has received this award. Okay?
Don't clip me in here. Don't clip me in here.
So, we're not calling someone a physical donkey. It is a metaphor for who has done something bad, who has done something funny that we...
He took an hour. An hour, guys.
Right. Okay? It's lighthearted. It's fun. Now, I've just noticed I was chosen a Spanish-speaking person. Okay? I just want you guys to know it's because he took out Kimi Antonelli, ruined his race, ruined Kimi
I love Carlos
Antonelli's
Sainz. I've always loved Carlos Sainz.
race. Carlos Sainz
love Carlos
Senior follows Quickstop F1.
Mm-hmm.
So he fucks with us. Heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think it was because I was chatting shit about Sainz, and I think he, when someone sends the black cars outside your house,
Yeah.
the black Ford Mondeos outside the yard, I can feel it in the end. That's what I think that fellow is. Because let me tell you, that fellow came and I didn't say one more thing about Carlos. Oh, I'll tell you that now. Carlos,
Now I like Carlos. Yeah, fair enough.
but yeah, that was my donkey day. Do you have any donkeys of the day that you want to give to any this weekend?
I'm actually thinking who I want to give a donkey to. I can't think of anyone.
You know what I will say, actually? I'm going to give it to these regulations. I think I'm done with these regulations. I'm done.
You done?
I'm done with people just basically like it's a race to the first corner and then that's it. I mean, obviously we had the battle between Charles and Lando. But it's just got to the point now where they can't follow. It's hard to overtake. The cars are so converged now that, you know, there's no real pace difference. Apparently it takes a half a second pace difference to be able to overtake someone. And everyone is within a half a second of each other, especially in the top 6 kind of places. So it just creates for really boring racing at the front. And it, you know, it really is about whoever gets into the first corner first normally will end up winning the race. And that's what Max Verstappen has excelled at the last few weeks. But also, you know, I'm done. And, you know, Kota was a good race, thank God, but it was relatively uneventful compared to what Kota is normally like. And you do wonder, we're about to go to Brazil, you know, how you know, is that going to be a boring race? Mexico, always a boring race. Let's see. I mean, obviously there was a big crash that happened last year. But
We need to stop calling crashes the entertainment of the freaking race, guys.
This is what I mean. And I think I said this about, thank you for mentioning that, because I mentioned this about Singapore. I think I said Singapore is like an awful race. And, it, you know, the races where it was fun were 2017 because of a massive crash. 2018 because Lewis did a pole position lap. And then potentially like what 2020 last year whenever George Russell fucking went into the wall on his own and Carlos I think it was last year Carlos Sainz won and then people are like no but what about this and it's all crashes and it's like this we're supposed to be watching this for the purpose of like racing first and foremost. Yes, it's an engineering spec, but it's an engineering spec to race cars. This is not the Demolition Derby, and this is not IndyCar where everyone's got the same car. I do want engineering excellence, and I do marvel at what these cars can do, but if they cannot race each other because either the track is too small or because the regulations don't allow it, what are we doing here? Like, genuinely, what are we doing? And I think people who want to sound smarter than they actually are fucking excuse what we're watching. What we're watching is bullshit. This was really difficult today to come in and stretch out an hour on this fucking race because nothing happened. And week on week on week, nothing happens. And people try and dress it up as like, oh, this was exciting, or this was exciting. We are waiting for even alternate strategies don't even like yield fucking excitement anymore. There's not been a 2-stop strategy for ages. Everything's one stop. They're making the tires softer and softer and softer. They're still only doing 1-stop strategies. Guys, I'm telling you now, Mexico is going to be the most boring race of your fucking life. Boring. And then we're going to go to Sao Paulo. And everyone's be like, look, you better pray it fucking rains in Sao Paulo. Because if it does not rain, and Sao Paulo is also a boring fucking race, because it's too hard to overtake around there normally. Because the cars are bigger now, it's a smaller circuit. Are they going to be able to follow each other around? All I'm going to say to you is, but I hope it's cool and or rainy in Sao Paulo. Because if Sao Paulo is not a banger, and then we're depending on Vegas, the race that all of you man wanted to shit on, but is actually already top 5 most entertaining in circuits on the track, on the calendar. I said what I've heard to say. I'm pissed off with this sport, bro. These regulations next year better work. Anyway. And BTS fans, you don't understand. Get the fuck out my face, bro. I hate F1 fans. Anyway, not you guys. I love you guys. I think we're gonna any more.
Lewis Hamilton on a horse.
Look, if there's any real winners from this weekend, is Lewis Hamilton.
Whoever got that Lewis Hamilton blanket.
30 of you.
Sold
30
out.
of you did. There was only 30 of them.
Yeah.
And I think they were at the store. You couldn't get it. I think people were trying to buy it online. It's like it's only at this. I think there was like a couple of things that were like only at the store, the pop up in Austin. And I think there's only 30 of those blankets made. So shout out. That is going to be on StockX. I mean, the mad thing about Lewis Hamilton fans is like they don't even do stuff like that. I don't really see like a lot of plus 44 stuff like on resale.
I see them on Vinted when like people have put them through the wash a few times and then we're ready for it.
Like no, fair, yeah, but no, I never see people do like the resale stuff. I wonder if there is like a resale. Maybe we should get into that. But yeah, shout out to Lewis Hamilton on horse. Shout out to George Russell. Well done on your contract. Shout out to Max Verstappen. Well done to you. Shout out to all of you guys. Hey, peace and love, guys. There's more that we all have in common watching this sport than we don't have in common, right?
The real enemy here is Formula One for charging us to be watching this stuff and not even giving us this much entertainment. Like putting all these regulations on and we're paying how much?
We're paying, like, guys.
And then introduce an Apple TV, which is probably going to charge us even more.
Even more. Guys, what I'm trying to say to you is like, stop fighting with each other. Like, honestly, it's happening everywhere. There's football, there's online. Like, just stop fighting with each other. Like, we are the world. We are the children. Unfortunately, of Bernie Eccleston. Like, we're Bernie's children, guys. Right. This guy built this fucking sport, and us nerds walked through that fucking gate, and we're here, and trust me, we're all a bunch of fucking nerd losers watching this sport, watching this technical ass niche sport. None of us are cool.
It's not that niche anymore. It used to be niche. It's not even niche anymore.
It's not even it. Well, that maybe
bait. It's bait. It's a bait sport.
No one's better than the other person because of the team they support, the driver they support. Let's just all fucking watch this sport. And yeah, we'll make fun of each other's drivers. My driver's better than yours. That's the whole point of sport. That's the whole point of banter. It's not a personal slight. It's not, nothing personal is said about drivers here. We're just making fun of people in a way that you make fun of your rivals. Okay, but there's extreme respect for all 20 drivers, all 10 teams, because what they do on a daily basis is incredible, and that's why we love the sport. So I hope you guys are all good. Thank you for listening to us. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all of them things there. And remember, no matter what life throws at you, keep on the black stuff. Compadre. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.